Gamers rejoice because you got your first-person shooter game. And the movie I'm talking about is Hardcore Henry. Hardcore Henry. If you guys don't know, if you guys been on a desert island for maybe, let's say maybe 30 or 25 years, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, first-person shooter, usually don't actually see the protagonist of the movie. You actually just see the guy doing stuff, you know, fighting, doing stuff like that, shooting guns and all that. Just you know, to kind of clue in everybody about this. Just kidding. Alright, I gotta get back to the review, but the review is Hardcore Henry. This movie, now Hardcore Henry is a first-person movie, first of its kind. It's called revolutionary. It's definitely going to change the way we look at movies, okay? And that's not necessarily a good thing, actually, just to keep in mind. So he wakes up on the operating table. There's a woman right in front of him who says that's his wife. And he's basically gotten into a very bad accident. It's disfigured his face, his body a little bit, so he's kind of like a cyborg, if you will. So enter the next room, and he has these guys are about to put a couple extra stuff on his body to make it more enhanced. In comes in the bad guy, and he kidnaps his girl, and now he has to look for her. Now he has to find her. You know, that's basically the whole plot line of the movie. They kidnapped his wife, his girl, the love of his life, and now he has to find her. Okay. So in between all that, we get a bunch of just like all the video games that we grew up watching. A lot of these games, okay, you got to go through the first level of bad guys, the second level of bad guys, the third level, the fifth, the fourth, the fifth, and so forth until you get to the main tower. And Hardcore Henry is a lot like, plays out like a lot like a video game. So you don't actually see our hero. You kind of get a little glimpse of him when he finally gets taken down, almost to the end of the film. You kind of see a little part of it. You might want to catch it if you haven't. If you see this, if you didn't catch that part, you do actually see Hardcore Henry on one part in it. And that, of course, in the beginning of the movie, this movie tries to be, I don't know, reminiscent of Deadpool, but I don't think it accomplished that, not even in the least, because there's a couple stuff in the opening credit scenes when Hardcore Henry's father calls him, you know what, and so that kind of gives you an idea what this movie is, from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. But see, okay, now let me give you the spoiler. There ain't a whole lot of spoilers because I'll tell you why. End of the movie, the villain finds out that the villain has been going out with his wife, and his wife's not actually his wife. It's kind of like a Total Recall thing, you know. And it's made to, and they decide to make a bunch of duplicates of the same program that they made Hardcore Henry from. So he has to fight them off. At times, to me, it looks very comical. It looks very funny. And this movie's very bloody, by the way. That's why they call it Hardcore Henry. So, in the end, Hardcore Henry, okay, to begin with, okay, how is he gonna, he's gonna have a woman that says it's his wife in the beginning, and all of a sudden in the end, he's got nothing to fight for except his own existence. How does that make sense to you? I don't know. I don't get it. I kind of just blocked it out after a while. So the whole motivation was for him to find her, and when he does find her, she's not actually his girl. You know, his whole life is whatever life they did put for him was manufactured. So Hardcore Henry just has no motivation except fighting for his life in the end. He kills, another spoiler, on the helicopter, puts her hands, she's falling out, she's like, I love you, and all that good stuff. It's kind of like I said, Total Recall. Consider this a divorce. Kind of like, you know, when Arnold says that on Total Recall. That's the feeling I got when he closes the helicopter, and all you see her little fingers getting cut off and everything. And the end of the movie, you know, and like I said, I give Hardcore Henry a 5 out of 10 because really this movie's not gonna revolutionize action movies for me at all. It might, to critics, it might be that way, but not for me. In the end, Hardcore Henry is just a one-time affair. Maybe go rent it at the Redbox. Maybe watch it when it gets on Netflix. I suggest everybody that does, if you don't like movies like this, I like to see the actors act things out. I like to see the main protagonistic. I say that anyways. When I'm watching a movie, I don't like it. Like I said, I don't think this movie's revolutionary. I don't think it's gonna, but I think it's definitely gonna change. Just watch. We're gonna see a bunch of movies like this. But the day that Captain America or Spider-Man or something like, or Jason Bourne are a first-person movie, I'm quitting. Forget it. All right. If you like what you see here and you want to subscribe to this channel, please support this channel. Please spread the word. My other channel is Louis Balance Film Reviews. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys real soon. I'm going to be doing a bunch of other videos. Okay. Bye.